Let's see if it's ready. We are about to be live. We're live on YouTube. We are about to be live on Instagram momentarily. Go live. All right, we are live on Instagram. And we're live on Rumble. And we are live on live. What's going on, everyone? And welcome to the live video. I got Jay the Professor here in the house once again on Wednesday. And as usual on Wednesday, we are going to review and react to a lot of social media wise men and wise women and a whole lot of foolishness. So today we will have some mildly triggering takes, and I've added a couple new segments, some I would say unwise takes. That's probably the best way I can put it without being censored somehow or getting some type of strike. And so we got a lot ahead for you in this show, so stay tuned. You definitely want to watch as much as the stream as humanly possible. So without further ado, Jay, you got anything you want to say before we get started?
Time to get triggered.
All right. We're gonna start out with our boy FitX. And so if some of you may know this already, I don't know if you're familiar or not, but FitX, he is a men's self-improvement coach. He's very fit guy. He's down here in Miami with us. And he really tries to help, especially younger guys, get their life in order. And this is a series of clips of some guys that are really out of order. So I'm not going to keep talking. Let's just get started.
Because it hurts.
Oh, little boo-boo. You need somebody to help.
Let me start that back
I
up.
don't like working out because it hurts.
Oh, little boo-boo. You need somebody to help you with working out because it hurts. Oh, guess what, buddy? Everything in life hurts. You're a man. Getting in good shape is going to hurt. Going through rejection is going to hurt. Learning how to make money is going to hurt. What is the hardest thing you have experienced in your life? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're 21. You have a roof over your head. What are you even doing with your life? Are you in school?
No, I'm taking a couple gap years.
How is that possible? How you get to afford to take a gap year? Did you go to high school?
Yeah, I got a high school diploma, yeah.
And your parents are allowing you to stay in their home. You don't got to do nothing.
No, I'm unemployed. I just play games mostly and socialize and party.
You don't have a job. You're not even in college. You play video games, and you're wondering why girls don't text you back.
I've paid for girls to
You paid for girls. The more you talk, the worse it gets. You paid for girls to do what?
Sleep with me.
Where did you meet them at?
My house. Well, not my parents' house.
You got to be kidding me, right?
Nah.
Where did you meet these women at?
On a website.
I can't even believe some of y'all are real, bro. Aren't you ashamed of that?
Nah, I mean, my life's pretty good right now. I don't got no worries.
Your life is not pretty good. And you're undesirable to women. And you're living in your mom's house. You can't even get a girl to sleep with you for free. How is your life pretty good?
I had a girlfriend in high school, and we almost did.
You almost did it with your girlfriend in high school. You need a retard on men, bro.
Yo, what is going on? This dude just has no life whatsoever. This guy said he lived at home. He paid for a girl once, and he almost did it with his high school sweetheart.
What? Like who cares? I hate those almost stories. It's like, it's whether you did it or not. Like
Randy said it best. Almost doesn't count.
Literally.
Sheesh. Oh, okay. I got so many things to say about that one, but let's see the next one.
Some look smacks and dating advice.
What's up with the dating life?
I'm gonna be honest, just like J. Cole said, I haven't gotten a since the day I came out one.
Oh man, 23 years old, you never got laid before?
No, I've been mama raised.
What does that even mean?
That I'm weak.
So let's stand up. Let's see the physique. Let's see what you're looking like.
All right.
No, I don't want to see your back. All right, your physique is okay. Hey, how tall are you?
5'9".
Okay, sit back down. Order of business number 1. Shave off the pedo stash. You look weird as hell. Shave it off. Who told you to put that on?
I thought more facial hair on my face. I thought it'd be better now.
not armpit hair around your nose. That's literally a pedo stash. It's like somebody took some hair off your armpit and put it on your face. Shave that off. If you're gonna grow a beard, you're gonna grow a beard. Let me see your teeth. Yeah, man, you look like somebody's uncle. Man, shave that stash off. But I'd be scared as of you if I was a girl. We got some clippers.
Yeah.
Go get it. We need to shave it. I'm sick of seeing it. I'm scared through the screen. Yeah, that's it. Cut it all off. Stop laughing so you don't cut your damn face off. Stop being so immature.
All right.
Cut it off. There you go. Step number 1 of looks maxing. We're gonna start today. We look like a human being now.
Okay.
You still live with your parents?
Yeah.
Bro, that stash though. As a men's self-improvement coach yourself, what was that good advice?
Me personally, I mean, yeah, I guess as far as looks, but he needs to work in his maturity. He's too goofy.
Well, I was just saying just the looks maxing part.
Oh yeah,
With
he
that-
definitely
with the beard.
It definitely improved. He also needs to get a little fade of some sort. He looks kind of old for 20.
That beard is atrocious.
Yeah, he looked kind of old.
Yeah, that I mean, not to be at that stash is not the move.
Yeah, shave that thing off. Also get a lineup. You know.
Oh well, yeah, it can be a host of things. All
He
right,
needs to get more in shape.
we could watch FitX all day, but you know, we ain't gonna do that to the people. We could literally go through FitX videos the entire day because he has such a rich library. So shout out to FitX. I would say go to look for FitX clips if you just want to go through some of his dating advice for men or looks life advice. It's quite triggering.
Lord.
What you say, Lord, already?
That's literally, Lord.
All right, so we got Auntie up here. She has an opinion on exactly, going 50-50.
gosh.
I mean, I don't, everybody has their right to an opinion. Let's just see what Auntie got to say right here. Let's make sure our sound is on. All right, Kendra G.
I don't know if it's me or the younger generation. I don't know. We've been having conversations all over the place about 50-50. No, I'm not paying half your bills because you're not paying half of mine. I'm not. I don't want you trying to come from granny's checks either. I'm talking about somebody that got some sense and that, when they get old, they're going to change some diapers. Depends. Because when you get older, you got to think about that. He's going to help you in and out the tub and stuff like that. Some of you old men that been through some things. You coming out of a divorce or you done lost your wife, and some of you done lost your wife and you still got the ladies' clothes in the house. That's spooky. No, I don't want to go in your house. So you got to have your mind together. Retire, somebody outside that like to barbecue a little bit and shake his legs on the swing a little bit. Somebody like that. Somebody ain't out in the club trying to throw it in a circle still. None of that throwing it in the circle if you're 60 and up. You need to settle it down, bring it on in, come on the porch and chill out. That's what we should be doing right now. Not some of y'all men out there getting them young girls and getting them young babies, and then you think that granny gonna take care of it. Not happening. Keep your little worms in your pants and find you a nice woman that wants to make you some coffee in the morning, make you some eggs and some grits and stuff. That's what you need to be doing. But some of y'all, I don't know what's going on. I don't care if you a silver fox or whatever. I don't care what kind of fox you are. Come on in. It's cold outside. Make a decision. Pick you one woman and date in your age bracket.
Never.
Okay.
Bro.
Granny like to do it. Granny likes to do it too. So I'm just telling you. I like to have sex still. I do a lot of sex, but I'm not gonna do it with somebody that got the PRD. Somebody,
what's the PRD?
the penile rectal dysfunction.
When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been before the pandemic. I ain't letting folks run up on me like that. I got a lot of power going on.
What kind of power?
I got sexual power that at this age, and I'm not going to be unleashing it on any little Tom, Dick, and Harry.
You have sexual power.
Yes, I got it. I got the powers. Mhm.
Can you explain what sexual power?
That means I can do what needs to be done. I can go around the world and yeah. Mhm.
Ooh, boy. What? Okay. There are so many things that I can address, you know, as a proud member of the 40 plus club. You can date whoever you are in your social and financial bracket, first and foremost. So it is not necessary to date in your own age group because some of us don't want to and don't have to. First and foremost, which, you know, I hear that, you know, when you hit 40 plus, you'll start hearing, well, why do you like younger girls? Well, it's a plethora of reasons. And on this live, I'm not going to get into it. That is for another day and another video. But just the nerve, and the pandemic was like 2017. So cobwebs are in full effect. Talking about she got the power. This lady's nuts. And so what man that is, if I'm in my 60s, do I even want to deal with that type of attitude?
She got power, baby. You know, grown woman pressure, baby. She get her little 35. She get her 35 year old. I'm sure
I was gonna say her market, she probably should date somebody younger because somebody younger has the tolerance and the patience for that. But yeah, everybody else, nah.
Who's this?
So we got a PYT. So let's, you know, she's in the church.
Hopefully she's normal. Let's see. Well, it's probably
she's in the church, and
this is your show, so nothing normal here, boy. Let's go.
You got fresh skin, pretty girl. What's your name?
I'm Shanice.
Shanice. Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, right outside Cleveland.
Okay. What you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 4 babies.
Really? How old are you, Shanice?
I'm 30.
How old are your 4 kids?
My oldest baby is 10, 9, 6, and 5.
All by the same man?
Yes, I was married. I'm divorced now.
Oh, when did you get divorced?
It got finalized in 2022.
Why'd you guys end it?
You know what, Miss Kendra? He just not an honest person. You know, lacks integrity.
Okay.
Move on.
How many years were you guys married for?
We were married for 5 years.
Gotcha.
19.
Okay. What kind of man are you looking for now, baby?
You know, I want a man of God. Where they at, Miss Kendra? A man of God who has integrity.
I'm gonna let you respond to this because I've seen this said. So there'll be people that say you want a man of God, but you got a divorce.
What does that mean?
Well, they will say that if you wanted a man of God, you broke the covenant of marriage, which was under God. And they would say, if you're such a believer, you would have stayed in marriage. Not saying I agree with this, but because it was the first thing that you said, I know the comment section will bring that up. So do you have a response?
I do. If we were under the Old Testament, then I would agree. But we live under the New Testament. So you can leave your spouse. And there's scripture behind that. So
yeah, what's the scripture?
So we got it there for the Bible thrumpers. A man of God. What else you want?
I don't want to take care of nobody's son. I would prefer a man to be employed and have a job. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Miss Kendra.
Okay. What about money? Did he make a certain amount of money?
I mean, I don't really knock anybody's hustle. I think as long as you have ambition, you know, and responsible, you're taking care of your business, doing the best that you can. That's all we can ask for.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
What's that? Where I do a full 360?
Yes, that's when you do a full body, girl.
Oh, I'm at work, y'all. I'm at work, Miss Kendra.
All right, I'm gonna let you take this one. I'm gonna let you take this one because this is your age bracket.
Number one, she's fine. I'm so attracted to her. I ain't gonna lie to you. Number
you
two,
ready to take on them kids?
Nah, I'll blow back out there. Never mind. But
she want a man of God. You got boy. You better.
Well, well, you know, she was turning me off throughout the conversation. But as far as in that department, oh yeah, and she's so fine. Woo. I wouldn't take them kids, but she fine.
My thing is, okay, so apparently they got together at least at 19. So she said they're all by the same guy. So if she's 30 and the oldest is 10, that means she had to conceive at 19, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't say how long they were married. She just said that they were married. They might have got married in a year. So you didn't know this man since you were 19. He probably the same person.
Yeah.
And how much money do you want to bet he's probably a Pookie? And then when she went to school to get her nursing degree, she didn't flip because she's able to. That is, if I were a betting man, that is where I would put my money.
Pookie, gotta be a Pookie. Look how she look. Girls,
yeah. And usually the girls that want a man of God are usually the form to say, all right, I went all the way one way, so let me just run off. Because I can guarantee that other guy wasn't the man of God that she wants now. I can promise you that. He ain't the same dude that she got 4 kids by. I can promise you that. So the man of God is the cleanup man.
So I can't even talk anymore because I'm gonna keep laughing because it's the same story. Have you noticed that you don't hear like the girls that are in their early 20s that I follow, you don't see them preach about a man of God. You only see women 28 and up preach about this.
Yeah, because that's when they delivered. Whew. Oh, Lord.
And then Kendra called her out with she's like, well, you want a man of God, but you got into a divorce. So
that's under the old law, because as a former church person, I hear that when people, I can just do what I want because under the old law it was eye for eye, but now in the new law we're under grace. She's trying to pull that card. I already know the playbook she's running to say, that divorce is under the old covenant because it was, you could not divorce. And so the only grounds was, I forgot, I'm paraphrasing, but I think it was for abuse. I forgot exactly what it was. So Bible thumpers, you all can say exactly what it was, but it was only like certain reasons, but divorce was not allowed. But now under grace, then you are allowed to basically do whatever you want, and then Jesus will forgive you, and then you can just get your key to heaven. That is kind of the new.
That's the new thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the new promise. That's the new, the new covenant. But I digress. We're not gonna go to church today. But I know enough to be dangerous. I am no Bible thumper, but I know a whole lot because I've been
run up the mileage, and replenish yourself in your 30s.
Lord. All right, so Mr. Peterson, he there's a thing, a lot of people believe in living together before marriage. Some people think you should wait. There's a lot of back and forth, and so that's really one of the main topics of this live is the thoughts of living together before marriage, or if you're going to get married at all. So does it have a negative effect or not? And so, Jordan Peterson is a world-renowned psychologist, and he looks at numbers and he has data, and I really like his take. I don't know if I agree, and it doesn't matter if I agree. He has more information than I do, so I have to listen. So let's check it out.
Even no sex before marriage as a concept?
As an ideal, yeah, that's right.
And why would that result in better relationships and a better society more broadly?
Well, here's one way of looking at it. So let's say you take the alternative approach, okay? You're going to try your partner on for size, so you live together. Well, first of all, we know that couples who live together are more likely to get divorced rather than less. We know that the probability of cheating is proportionate to the number of partners before the marriage or the committed relationship.
Really?
Well, partly that's just self-evidence. Like the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Right. So if you had a lot of partners, you're the sort of person who's likely to have a lot of partners. And then there's also a conceptual problem. It's like, are you shopping for a car? It's like you're going to take it out for a test drive and see how it goes. Okay, that's not the right metaphor. And then here's another problem. I'm going to see what it's like to be married by living with this person. It's like, no, you're not. Because you don't know what it's like to be married until you're married. Whatever you're doing when you live together, that's not a model for what you're going to do when you're married. Because being married is different. It's permanent.
So you're saying don't live together before you...
Well, I know the stats on living together. It's like you live with someone and then you marry them, you're more likely to get divorced. So it doesn't work. Like the theory was, you try it out, and if it works, you go ahead with it. Yeah, well, the theory was wrong because that isn't what happens.
Do you believe in no sex?
I mean, again, these are facts. You know, one thing that stood out to me is basically he's saying the more bodies you have, the more likely you are to not be. The more bodies you had, the more bodies you're going to have, and that's why, you know, especially for guys in particular, you know, should be concerned about body count, because if you got a high body count, the chance of you being faithful
is unlikely.
So, and you know, and then studies have shown over and over and over and over and over again, you know, if you plan to get married, if you live together first, you have a higher, it's already 50%. So it's already horrible. So if you're living together before you get married, you got an even greater chance of getting divorced.
Right.
Thoughts?
Shucks, man. When it comes to live, I don't have I'll be honest with you, I don't have a specific opinion on this. I've been asked this on numerous occasions, but I've never lived with a woman, so I don't have an opinion on it, honestly. So,
I mean, is that something you would do? Or like if you decided to get married, is that something you would consider? Or would you say, you know what, we need to live in our own space until we get married?
Oh man, I would say for me personally, I like me knowing how I am, being a neat freak and all that, I would have to like live with you first to see. Although the numbers say otherwise, but I gotta see how you are like living wise, because a lot of times, like my late uncle, you know, when he never mind. But you get what I'm saying, like he did the complete opposite and then found out and then was like, this is how you are. Oh no, what did I get myself into, kind of thing.
I don't think, you know, honestly, I don't think you need something like that specifically, especially cleanliness. You do not need to live with a person. You can kind of, I mean, I know, right? I definitely do. I like, number one, basic habits of when you come over here. How do my place look better when you leave than when you got here? That's an easy indicator. Number two, how do you keep your car? And so, and I understand that women are not as, you know, crazy about their cars as a lot of men are, like, you know, me. But if a woman's car looks like a locker room, and when I go over it looks nice, then I know it's a farce.
Most of them.
I learned that at an early age in a relationship. You know, place was, you know, she kept it clean when I went over there, but her car, you know, smelled like sour milk and cheese curls, you know. And it was like literally in her trunk, you couldn't even put groceries in the trunk because so many clothes and other random shit in there, you know. And you know, again, she comes over, didn't clean up. So you can tell, you have an idea. And then I had another ex. Most women I've dated are as clean or cleaner than me, which is saying a lot.
Right.
You can pick that one. That's the easy one.
Yeah, I would say, like I said, I don't have. This is something I've thought about, but not to the fullest degree where I would make a sound decision.
Yeah.
But you know, I have mixed views on it. Like, I definitely agree with his take from a psychological standpoint and based on data. Also from anecdotal. I know people who've been together for 30 plus years that lived together before, but that's the anomaly. That's not common.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It's like it happens, but it's not normal.
Not common. Exactly.
You know, so it's like, okay, 55% marriages end in divorce, but 45 make it. So
now, if you want to talk biblical, right? I'm not a Bible expert or anything like that, but from what I was told amongst that community, that's really against the Christian values.
Yeah, and Christians are the main ones doing it, but we ain't going to go there.
Yes,
but
exactly.
My point is, like for me, obviously, I don't have really intentions of getting married, but I'm fine with living with someone because I don't have the intentions of going and getting married anyway.
That's true. Yeah,
especially not legally. So for me, it doesn't, you know, that's not a thing.
But you know what, Derek? This is definitely a topic that I'm gonna do more research on and really look and really analyze and study it so I can come up with my own, like, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I brought it up. And
yeah, this is a good topic. This is something I'll be honest, this is something I've never it doesn't come up in my brain, honestly. So
shout out to Shantae. And if you are watching, go ahead and hit that like button for me, people. Thank you very much.
Hit that like button.
But yeah, so I just thought that was really interesting, and that's why
topic.
I wrote this live on on this one. So now we're gonna switch gears a little bit.
You've been having some diamonds on here, Derek. You have some chicks.
Listen, I keep some diamonds now. You know,
yeah.
You've been around me long enough. I keep diamonds in the pocket. You know what I mean?
You look good.
Right. Let's see what she's talking. But let's see if she is as smart, as good as she looks. That's always the question.
If your girl says this to you, do not fall for it. I hate to say it, but women are now the players and are way more manipulative than men. So if she says any of these things, look out, buddy, and run. Starting off easy, if she says not to worry about him, he's just a friend. If you're not aware of this by now, then I hate to break it to you, but if she says this, it means that he is definitely way more than a friend and you are already in the past. If she hits you with this, then I'm sorry, you better worry, because she's already mentally checked out and has the next one in line. Sorry, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. When you call her and she misses your call, so she texts you saying she's going to call you back instead of just immediately calling you back, oof. Guys, it's 2024. Girls are on their phone 24/7. So as soon as she saw that incoming call, she said in her head, oh my God, this is the last thing I want to do, and just let it ring. If she does this to you back to back, then guys, it's time to move on to the next girl because she is gone. When she says she's not hungry, I know I speak for a lot of women, but we don't want to feel like we're burdens. So if you ask a girl if she's hungry and she says no, and you go ahead and get food without even considering getting her a side of fries, you just signed your own death certificate. And enjoy the fight you're about to have because she's about to hit you with the I don't feel important to you. Just saying. Men, if your girl...
Yeah, I mean, she was on a roll. I can't disagree. You know, the friend thing, you know, it's most likely, it's not a definitive thing, but it's most likely.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. But, you know, as we both know, we can have, you know, just people we cool with because, you know, my philosophy is I don't need to sleep with every attractive woman that I know, you know, or try to, because there's a lot of women that are useful. When you don't sleep with them are actually more valuable, you know, and that's the thing. So, you know, you can do both.
I would say for my female friends that it's hard for them to present me because a lot of the dudes really don't like me because of insecurity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think that's a lot of, if you got yourself halfway together, of course, especially if the dude is kind of basic.
Yeah. Literally all of them were like, hey, I can't really talk to you anymore. Like, because I'm like, hey, do what you got to do. Literally.
Yeah. I literally, one of my, I guess, former closest friends, kind of the same thing, but I'm like, look.
Dang, bro. Jeez.
I mean, she was like, hey, she had to make, you know, her dude had made her make a decision. And I was like, hey, go ahead. Now, if it don't work, I'll be right here, you know, but, you know, our friendship, we still cool, but your desire is to get married. Our friendship is not going to impede that because I want what's best for you. Absolutely. So he's not comfortable enough and he doesn't, that's fine. You know, and I feel no kind of way about it. You know, it's like, this is what you want. And I want you as my friend to have what you want because you have provided value over the years that we've known each other.
Right.
And you know, you move on. I'm not going to sit there and be trying to go back and forth or argue and beg. And no, just move on.
What?
I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Like I said, if it doesn't work, I'll be right there. I'm not upset about it. That's how my thing, because we had that type of friendship. It's not something, this was years of, you know, friendships, but that her current situation, you know, the guy, because if I'm the guy, I'll do the same thing. Like, hey, you know, I don't know this dude who's, you know, I get it. So that's what I told her. I was like, I understand. So
yeah. I was gonna say, have I ever been in a situation where the girl told me not to worry? No. Most girls that I deal with, they don't even deal with the guy friend stuff. From what they say. from what I see. They talk to me
Yeah.
all the damn time.
All right, let's see what this lady who got her face in the camera got to say.
Oh man.
Year ago today, Drake came to town and Lil Durk opened for him. And literally the whole night I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I a Lil Durk fan? Like, I couldn't name you one Lil Durk song, honestly. Still to this day, I couldn't name one song. But he just looked so good. So I remember going home that night and I walked into my apartment and my boyfriend at the time was like, hey babe, how was the concert? And I was like, oh, it was great. Like in the back of my head, I was like, Lil Durk, Lil Durk, Lil Durk. But literally in the back of my head, I was like, I think our time is up. Like between me and him, I think our time is up because I feel like I have seen the other side. Like I've seen that it could be better for me, right? So I literally went to bed that night and I had a dream. And so I woke up the next morning and I was like, yeah, you need to pack your stuff. I think it's time to go. I made this big spiel about how like, yeah, I feel like we're two totally different people. But Lil Durk was the catalyst. Like to this day, Lil Durk opened my eyes, point blank, period.
So, first of all, let's analyze what just happened. So she was with a dude. They were obviously staying together, and she went to a concert with her friend, and most likely they had some type of backstage access or some way to meet because she wasn't sitting in the 300 section looking at Lil Durk. I can promise you that. So apparently they had some type of interaction, right? So then she comes home like, oh, I've been winding down or at least been in that era. And so then she goes home to Mr. Basic. And Mr. Basic, the problem with him is if you listen to what she said, I asked him to pack his stuff and leave. That means he's living in her house.
Yep.
So she went from one end to the guy that she didn't probably paying the bills and 50-50 in that moved into her house to seeing the other side of a dude that's in the life that don't want her versus the dude that I'm just
it's most modern relationships. Well, this is most modern relationship, Derek. This is majority. A lot of guys don't think, oh, it's nothing wrong. I remember I made a post on social media. I said, no man should ever move in to a woman's home, right? And the guy was like, well, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. And I was like, I just left it on red. I didn't even respond because I knew that we weren't it. Because one thing I don't do, Derek, is debates. Because once a person has a specific point of view, this is exactly how he feels. So what is the point of trying to go back and forth and trying to prove something when somebody's already delusional and lost? So
because you're not gonna convince him. So there's no point, right?
He's the typical simp.
Yep. And so
can't tell him nothing.
And I warn guys because there's hope she's not watching. There's a young lady that I know. She has like a crazy celebrity crush on. I'm not even say the artist because then it will say who it is, but a R&B singer. It's not Breezy, but he's kind of a contemporary of Chris Brown. And it's like obsessive. And so being in a relationship is just like a big red flag because, and she goes to all the things and has backstage. So you already know if you're in a relationship with this person, if she gets that opportunity, you already know you have no chance. So yeah, if somebody's obsessive about that crush, fellas, I ain't telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you that look, don't be surprised. That's what I will tell you.
You're not compete with that.
Not only can you not compete with that, she ain't really living in reality because that person don't want, most likely they don't want them. They want them for a night, but that's about it. Maybe.
Lil Durk is not giving her the time of the day. She looks average at best.
I mean, she might be a banger. I don't know. She look like she got some little curls popping. She might be a banger. I don't know. But regardless, Lil Durk, if he does entertain her, he has 10 of her. That's the point. All right, next video.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so we're going to get into the segment where the not so wise people we talk to the smart people, and so this is the segment of the not so smart people. Let's listen to these takes.
Do not tell them that you like them. I've had so many women reach out to me and be like, well, how does he know that I like him if I've never told him? Girl, he thinks that you like him. If you're responding to him, he thinks that you like him. I can't even explain to you how many guys have sent me their conversations being like, do you think she's still into me? And the girl has sent him an anti-ghost text like 3 times already. I don't know where they get it from, but a lot of guys are delulu. They say we're delulu, but they are delulu, okay? And they think that we like them all of the time. You never have to verbally tell them. You never have to verbally tell a man that you like him. If he says, I really like you, you could be like, me too. That's your opportunity. But in no way, shape, or form are you going to be like, I just want to let you know I'm having a really good time with you and I like you. Ooh. Like I cannot. Do not.
So I'm calling this segment what do I call this? The aspiring cat lady segment. And this lady is definitely inspiring others to be future cat ladies.
I want to say something else, but we're gonna continue.
Oh, go ahead and say it. We ain't monetized yet, so I think we'll be all right.
She gives me feminist vibes.
Well, duh.
She gives me feminist vibes. Very much feminist vibe. I mean, to a certain degree, she has a point as far as some guys are delusional, as far as whether.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. But the rest of it is foolish.
Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of guys are, the guys, those same guys that she's saying ask, oh, I wonder if she like me. They ask you that too.
Oh my gosh.
Hey dog, what do you think? She ain't texted me back, and I done texted her 7 times, but she ain't texted me back. But we went out one time, but maybe she busy.
I would never. As a competent male, you should know whether a woman desires you or not. I don't even. What? Man, I pray none of my homies, anybody send me no junk like that, bro. What?
Unfortunately, it hasn't happened lately, but
hasn't. None of them done.
All right, here's another take.
Why do you think men deserve less?
Because they're not doing more. We used to, and I don't want to go into this rhetoric, but I think
no, you should go into the rhetoric. We got time. This is all about you.
People get what they put out, and I think that we used to live in a world, and I'm not just talking about financially because I don't want the brokies in my comments. No, I've come to the conclusion that I'm probably gonna be with someone I make more money than. So y'all could cry somewhere else. I'm a trust fund baby. I don't need y'all. Anyway, back to the story. I think that men should actually find God. That's what y'all should do this year. Y'all need to be led by a real man, and Jesus Christ needs to come save the men that are on this earth, because the ones y'all sitting down, they got a short fuse. They not really connecting all the way.
Is it the men that you like, or is this all men?
Well, first of all, I don't like any particular type of man. I've literally tried to date everything all across the board: short, tall, white, black, Asian, broke, rich, non-speaking English, speaking English, a little gay. I didn't try it all. I'm trying to tell you, I didn't been there, done that with everything. I didn't gave every chance I can to everybody. I did not want to box anybody out. And it's just not my experiences. If you look anywhere, women of all races, creeds, lifestyles are saying this ain't it. If you got somebody, stay with them. But I cracked the code.
Why do you think men deserve?
Oh yeah, she's brilliant. When you say
she's beautiful, but she's idiotic.
Cat Bag Chronicles.
Oh Lord, it's sad because she looking at him like, man, you have the aesthetics, but your brain just doesn't match the aesthetics, man.
Oh, that's kind of a normal thing out here.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The brain and the execution don't really go together.
No,
that's not abnormal.
And the thing is, my thing is, okay, you've dated all kinds of dudes, but are those dudes, do those dudes truly value you?
Not only that, you might have dated one of all of those dudes. What about the other ones of all those dudes? And I can guarantee you should have left a whole lot of them out.
Oh, absolutely.
I can promise you that. So if you've dated everybody, then what's the common denominator? Yo ass.
Bingo. She's literally saying it.
Because I'm listening to her. I'm just like, there's only certain types of dudes who even tolerate her, first and foremost.
Yeah.
So she's already eliminated a whole batch
Yeah.
of probably decent dudes, because most of these decent dudes are not going to even tolerate it. Because if she's coming out like that on a podcast, you know what she's like in real life.
Whew. Worse.
Yeah. So a lot of dudes are like, yeah, we not, nope.
We're not dealing with that.
But you give some people a microphone, they gonna talk.
All right.
All right, let's listen to this sound advice that this lady, she's advising women. So, but we're gonna listen to what she got to say.
Doesn't call or text the day after you've had a first date with him. Next. If he asks you to split the bill on date night. Next. If he says he has to cancel a date because he's busy, but he doesn't immediately reschedule. Obviously, next. If he tells you he's not looking for anything serious right now, but he really likes you and he would love to date you. Next. If he doesn't offer to get you home safely after a date. Next. If he complains to you about dating and that it's so difficult nowadays to find a good woman because all women are just after a man's money. Next. If he gets angry with you because you didn't reply to his text message immediately. Next. If you've planned a trip together and he's not offering to pay your part of the trip. Next. If he complains to you about his ex-girlfriends or ex-wives. Obviously, next. If he doesn't call or...
First of all, I'm just gonna go backwards at the end and work my way backwards. If I invite you on a trip, here's the thing with me. This is just me, and you can agree or disagree, and I don't really care. I will pay for, if I invite you, I'm paying for the room and stuff. I'm already doing that anyway. So I'm asking you for your companionship. What I'm not gonna do is pay for your way there. So if that's not good enough, tough. Next woman up, because there are plenty of women that will. So just the entitlement, and the other thing is I don't like the entitlement part of it. And she's like giving all these nicks. Again, this is coming out of the cat bag.
Absolutely. And then although with the entitlement, some of the things she said made me cringe, which she is correct. Number one, as a guy, being a men's self-improvement coach, you never complain about, oh my gosh, dating is so bad. As a man, you never do that.
No.
Number
You don't
two,
complain to women.
yeah, you never complain. And there's guys that do that.
We know that. We already know.
Lord, why, guys? Stop. Talk to your dude. Talk to your homies.
Talk to yourself. Talk to Jesus. Talk to somebody.
Oh my gosh, why are you complaining to your lady?
Journal. Yeah.
You
Journal.
stupid.
Do something.
Journal.
Do something.
He said journal.
I don't care. What you don't do is talk to women about your problems and complain. That's what you don't do. I don't care who you talk to. You can talk to your imaginary friend that you had from childhood.
Oh my gosh. I remember this is chick that I've been communicating with, and she like, what do you like? This is when when I was dealing with my whatever 3 weeks ago and hustling. She's like, what's going on? How are you doing? I'm like, I'm perfect. I'm doing great. How are you? So I don't know. You just seem like you're always out and about. Like you're never like, I don't even know what you're doing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm
Like,
out
good.
here grinding.
I'm on the grind. That's what I'm doing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't tell women what I do. I literally just say I'm on the grind. Just know I'm on the grind. That's it.
I tell you.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you can already tell this is about to be some nonsense, can't you?
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's hear what this brilliant young lady got to say.
What is your type in a guy?
6'4", preferably light skin, and has more than $100,000 in their bank account.
If you were to show me like where you think 6'4" is, what would you say?
Up here, I can't reach because I'm so short, but higher.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
What if you met a guy that had everything you just said, but he was like 5'5", 5'6"?
I feel like you just really have to go for your type. So I probably feel like even though I'm short, I should still go for a guy that's 6'5".
6'5".
Preferably 8'1".
Wow.
What is your type in a guy?
It's so funny. as a person that is 5'9", I'm kind of in that medium range. I always find that the women that are the shortest have the most height requirements, and the women that are like 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", they are concerned about height even less. And to be honest, I kind of stick to the 5'7" and up club. That's just me.
You do. See that she's in my ballpark as far as height wise.
Yeah.
What I find interesting, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ones I've dealt with, yeah. I mean, you definitely meet the height requirement, but I've had taller or something like that, or
I'm like, you already what, 6'2"? Like, what? I mean, what do you want? 6'6"? I mean, sheesh. I mean,
they're
like I
not
said,
good enough for them. So
yeah, like I said, it's just hilarious. You'll get like the 5 foot, 5'1", 5'2". They can be driving their car, sitting on the telephone book, and then talking about they want somebody 6. I'm like, girl, you can't even see over the steering wheel. What you worrying about somebody height for?
you feel what I'm saying? And that's only what percent of the population? Like what? 6%?
They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And it's funny, somebody that is eye to eye, or if they are wearing some, heels and stuff that are taller, they don't be caring. Not for me, because I don't care and they don't care. I make them feel comfortable. So it's just like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, a lot of times for me, when I see these little real short girls, I just like, let me just keep it moving, because I just have a automatic assumption, unless I'm proven wrong. I'm like, she on that nonsense. Let me just, what a tall girl at the bar at. Yeah. Yeah, what a girl with the long legs at. Let me holler at her, because I feel like I have a much better chance. That's just me. That's my personal bias. That don't mean it's true, but it's just my my personal bias.
Right.
So in this video, this woman chronicles how bad her mama's advice was. I think it's a parody, but I think this is where she's going with it. This is so true for our community in particular.
Oh, she's the one that made that boomer thing that you sent me.
Yeah, just watch.
Okay.
I love you. I love you. Where did you learn that? Don't be like those fast children in school. But everyone's taking a date to the dance. We raised you to be in the church. God does not approve of teens dating. All my roommates have boyfriends. There's plenty of time to date when you finish college. Focus on your studies. I literally have no life in med school. Just focus on your medical degree and you'll find a nice doctor to marry. Why can't you just settle down? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I guess I won't have grandkids. Where did I go wrong?
This is the story of so many women, especially ours.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
mostly boomer parents.
Other races figure out early, like, hey, let's if they're trying to get married. I heard a term that a lot of white women use, like, get the ring.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I forgot the term, but they go in with the mindset of, I'd rather have a ring than a damn degree. And we have the exact opposite. And the numbers speak for themselves. And so, it's like, okay, I done went to school. I got a job. I got a career. I got a master's. I got a kid. Now I want the marriage. Like, everything is completely backwards.
Yeah, I mean, most dudes you'll see when especially a lot of football players, college football players, their last year, they'll get on their knees and propose to a lady.
Yeah, look at that dude from the Redskins that got all the hate.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Commanders. I'm sorry, Washington.
To me, they're still the Redskins to me.
I grew up, watching football in the 80s. So as far as I'm concerned,
they're still the Redskins to me.
They're Redskins to me. But so I'm going to continue to make that mistake. It's not even on purpose. That's just what I think of.
Yeah.
But I digress. Yeah. So, and my man got a lot of flack because
we know why he got flack.
Oh, I know exactly why. Because he, it was one of the our fair skinned sisters that got proposed to. That's exactly why he got the flack.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna talk about weight and dating, and if it, does size matter? Let's hear what this brother got to say.
think fat women are seen as way more attractive sometimes than fit women. And they're pushed and they go on dates. They can do fine dating apps. Fat men, good luck.
If they're overweight and they have no confidence, I'm sorry, I don't find them attractive either.
Okay.
But if they're confident and they hold that head high and they're just like, I'm the shit, and they dress that way and they walk that way, they carry themselves that way, they can be overweight and beautiful. But the minute that confidence drops, they drop their head, they walk frumpy, they dress frumpy, and they just don't care. Now it's a whole nother ballgame.
I disagree. And part of the thing you just said was I met, which already starts off as like subjectivity. And then confidence, anyone can be confident through their accomplishments, stuff they do in their daily life. But we're talking about physical appearance. You've never spoken a single word. Would you maybe date them or would you want to marry them just off of their appearance?
Nope.
We're not talking about their personality per se. We're talking about just literal health. I think you're deviating from the original question was, is this obese person physically attractive?
Yeah.
Not internal. We're not saying as a human person.
Right.
We're talking about their physical body.
I disagree. Because if they carry themselves confidently, and for a female, she has her hair done, her makeup done, she's beautiful, and she can be overweight. Are you going to disagree with that?
I think fat women are seen as way more attractive sometimes than fit women. And they're pushed and
Yeah. So basically, what he's saying is women that are overweight, they still have a shot. Men that are overweight, nope. And this lady was just sitting up there lying through her teeth. She's full of shit, for lack of better words.
Yeah,
Because she's talking about if he confident and hold his head.
No,
Wait,
that's BS.
No bullshit. We already know better than that. She's up there trying to, fake. Because I guarantee you, whoever she dating, let's look at those dudes. I can assure you, none of them dudes are overweight. And see, the thing is with men, if you look at it, a lot of guys, even if they're in shape, oh man, she thick. And 2000s thick is different than 80s and 90s thick.
That's right.
So thick in the current terms is what used to be fat or obese.
Yeah.
And but for women, they don't have problems dating, even if they are not within their BMI or their normal weight range. Men, if you're a big dude, especially if you big and you ain't got no cheddar or clout,
you done.
Not only you don't even have to be big, you can just not even be in super shape and you're damn near invisible.
Literally.
So yeah, the scale ain't the same. Like I say, if you are a woman and have if your average is a woman, you're gonna get a ton of attention. And you can see this on dating apps all the time.
Yeah.
If you look at the most attractive men get less swipes than the least attractive women on dating apps.
I said this.
Wait, the study has been going on. I mean, I used to consult with OkCupid back in 2016 when dating apps first came out. And I literally saw this data way back then. Nothing has changed.
That's right.
Nothing changed. It's only gotten worse actually because of social media and now we're a global dating community. So it's actually like everyone has more choices.
Yeah.
You're not limited to only being in your town. You got, it's crazy.
Just straight up. I made a video about this. Yep.
All right. So this is kind of related, but it's not the same. So this lady's asking advice about, she's kind of frustrated, and let's hear what she got to say. I'll just play the video.
Men act like plus size women have to settle.
Would like to have a real conversation, even if you do still have some insecurities. Anybody who is outside the very small box that this country says beauty is has insecurities because it's skinny white girls. That's still the beauty standard of America. Can we be realistic? When have larger Black women ever been anything but a contrast to white women and propping up their beauty? My bad if I'm getting too deep for the entertainment and shit like that, but what that causes in men, even men who are attracted to big women, to be attracted to them in secret. Because the further you get from the beauty standard, the lower your expectations and standards are supposed to be. So first of all, you're a Black woman. Then on top of that, You a big girl. So you ain't supposed to have nothing close to confidence because you don't look like what confidence is. So because even if I really am attracted to big women, because I'm insecure about it, I'm gonna project that insecurity onto you, big woman, and assume that you just as insecure. So you gonna put me on the low and by convenience because I'm not brave enough to with you out loud. I'm not saying that you're not projecting. I'm not saying that you're not insecure, and maybe that informs the way you see the world. Sure, that's probably true as fuck. But we're not gonna act like the world isn't being taught to see you some type of way.
I mean, he's right, because there's a whole lot of dudes that will, as they call it, chubby chase.
Oh yeah, that's why based off your statement that you made in the last video, yeah, chubby girls have I've seen some chubby.
A ton of options.
Yeah.
I was watching I forgot which guy. He's a dating coach, and I'm gonna bring that video up. I'm not gonna have a chance tonight, but he said, defund simping. He was saying that a lot of guys go for what they think are like bigger girls because they think they have lower self-esteem and it's easier to get to them. But what's really happening is they actually get talked to more than the girls that are closer to the beauty standard. And you're actually putting in more effort to chase the girl that you find less attractive.
Yeah. It's a confidence thing.
Yeah, I learned that in college. It's like, man, I'm putting in all this, I'm dealing with all this nonsense for somebody average, and I get less crap from somebody that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Or even the same crap. I'd rather deal with somebody beautiful and have the same amount of crap than somebody average.
That's right.
It's me. But a lot of guys don't see it that way. Oops. So now we're going to get into why women like betas. This is an interesting thought piece. I figured you'd appreciate this one.
Oh, Lord, let's go. Let's go.
A lot of women will go and get beta males because he's not going to say a thing. He's going to let you run amok. He's going to let you do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we've gotten to the point where we don't want to be alone, but so we want somebody.
Yes. Yep.
But then we want somebody that's not going to tell us nothing.
Right. Right.
We want somebody that's not going to hold us accountable. We want somebody we could talk to, flip out the mouth. At the end of the day, the whole thing is we wanted to escape order. So we fled to independence because we wanted to escape order, because the order that we saw was not really order. So let me talk about the bad word here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Submission.
That's not a bad word. I don't think that's a bad word. I don't.
No.
Oh,
it's a bad word by nature.
Oh, okay. Got you.
If you say it to the average woman, especially one that's out of order, she's gonna say, "I want a part of that."
Right.
See, a lot of women will go and get beta males because
she's right.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's the boss babes, the independent women, they love because they say they want a type A alpha guy, whatever. That ain't gonna work because they're not, guys that have themselves in order are not gonna tolerate disorder and chaos.
Yep.
So that their options really are beta guys.
Yep.
And and that's who it should be, to be honest, because alpha and alpha don't go together. That doesn't work. This power couple thing is a myth. It ain't a real thing.
Stupid. I hate that. It just
your favorite type of relationship. I know.
I can't stand
power couple. Michelle and Barack.
Oh, and we know what,
and Jennifer Aniston on the side. Well, I digress.
That's a different conversation for
we ain't gonna talk about that.
That's right.
So now we want to figure out, why do you think 50% of marriages fail? That's a pretty interesting take.
50% of marriages fail.
One is because people don't select well. They select based on chemistry and their blueprint of like someone gives me butterflies, as opposed to having the tough conversations about what do we believe a life well lived is? What is our stance on children? What is our stance on money? What is our stance on spirituality? Like, what's our values? And what are we going to do to fight for this relationship when we have a hard time? So people don't have those conversations, and then they are not able to assess if they're actually with the right person for them. And then also people don't have the skills to make a relationship work over the long term. And people get very selfish. So we become fixated on what we're not getting, and we don't think about what we're not giving. We get in our heads, we create a lot of stories about the other person, we build up a lot of resentment. That resentment creates a lot of resistance. That resistance creates a tense physiology, and in that tense physiology, we're not attracted to each other anymore. We lose the motivation to meet each other's needs. And that's all part of the learned helplessness. And then we think, there's no better way to move forward from this than to get a divorce.
Damn,
She's
that was
right.
a whole mouthful.
She's
an entire
absolutely
mouthful.
right. She's absolutely right. The thing is, so many people, and like I said, I've never been married or whatever, right? But I understand behavior, and I have a pretty good idea of the right kind of person to pick long term, right? Number one, most people, me being a mental self-improvement coach, seeing what some of these dudes do, they pick based off of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But a feeling, people got to understand, feelings are temporary. You got to pick somebody who matches your rhythm, somebody who matches your values. You guys had to have pretty much similar values in a lot of aspects of life.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of mother is this woman? And vice versa. What kind of father is this person? How do you view the world? How do you view certain ideologies? Those things is what keeps a union together. But most people are choosing just for Instagram pictures and what makes them feel good, right? I'm going to wake up and just, whoo, I love this man. Whoo! Because you notice that the generation before us, boomers, they didn't get married based off. Maybe they did, but for the most part, it was, you know what? He's the right kind of man. He has a job. Might as well just make it work.
I'll grow to love him.
Big up. Yeah, that was a video you sent me. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now
that's the way it used to be.
Exactly.
I
now
love him until I don't. Yeah,
yep.
I love him until I don't.
Now I wake up tomorrow, I'm like, I don't know.
We a power couple.
Yep.
Boss babe, boss guy.
Black love.
I'm with a boss.
Yep.
I'm a boss, and I'm the female version of a hustler.
Yep.
All right, so let's see what this I think this might be a Cat Bag Chronicles, but here's another one of your types.
We done made it to a place where the men no longer value a woman that'll love him, whether he in a fucking Mazda or a Maybach. Get your bag though. We done made it to a place where the men no longer value a woman that'll love him, whether he in a fucking Mazda or a Maybach. Get your bag though.
Only thing I gotta say to that is there really aren't that many women like that. So yeah, we have come to that place, but because there are so few and far women that actually don't care whether you're in a Mazda or Maybach, that ain't the normal.
Yeah, that's not normal. It's rare that I run into women like that. Literally.
Yeah, I mean, they exist. Of course they exist, but
rare.
How many frogs you got to kiss to get, a princess?
You stupid.
I'm just saying. Here's a little wise tale from a wise woman.
Okay.
The fact that Derek Jackson still creates content, proceeds to post it, and still has viewership in high numbers lets me know that y'all aren't as woke as you claim to be.
Yep.
That is crazy work.
Send me that
That's
clip.
all. That's the post.
Send me that clip, Derek.
I got you. I knew you'd appreciate that one.
Dude, look, I don't hate on Derek Jackson, right? I don't hate on the brother. He's a good-looking brother. But the fact that women still, after all these allegations, they know he's fugazi.
Allegations? These are factual things now. They're not even allegations.
Right. I'm sorry. Factual information that's publicized. He's been on podcast tours saying, yeah, man, I loved her, but, the love just flew away. But the thing, yeah, like I look at some of the things, I'm like, Derrick Jackson, come on, bro. In real life, I feel like in real life, bro, to keep a 1,000 with you, he is not like that. He's probably the most red pill dude ever in real life.
Of course he is.
I don't think he's as soft as what he portrays himself to be. I can
absolutely no, absolutely not. He's a freaking Tyrone. Of course he ain't.
Come on, like and before you play this video, you can tell he's the type of dude that he had. Like it's too late now. He's been in the limelight, so he has to play his persona. But in real life, he doing his thing.
He's been doing this thing for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, you know, a lot of the typical hypocrisy. You do as I say, not as I do. You already know what that is. Because he wouldn't even be with the women that he even talks to. So there you go.
Hey, that's something. We know the prototype.
Look, we know how this game works.
Yeah.
You know how the game works. You know what it is. Yeah. All right. So let's shift gears to some more intelligent people around here. Goodness gracious.
Thing about me is if my man fell off today, I will still be his woman tomorrow. A lot of people have this false reality that your man is always going to maintain his success 100% of the time. You don't even maintain your success 100% of the time. You fall off every other day. You can't stay in the gym and be consistent to save your life. So stop having unrealistic expectations for your man and start being grounded and rooted in reality, and understand that it's important to have solid people in your life that are loyal and that will stick by you. And one thing about me is
well, she's right, but it's rare. Again, another one is she's right.
Well, that's why I like to highlight the exceptionals. They're not the rule. They're the exception.
Yeah.
But they deserve shine.
Oh, that's my other favorite one.
Oh, I'm about to say, we gotta, we always have to, because she always has something to tell us.
This is what you should ask yourself before you ask your man, that man, because he ain't yours yet. Before you ask that man for anything, you should ask yourself, what am I bringing to him to ease or make his life better? That's what value is. If you can't answer that question, you don't deserve anything yet. What has that man said in the way that you bring him value? If it's only, let me take you to dinner, let me take you to eat, let me do, why does he want to keep serving you if there's no service back? It is the law of reciprocity. What can you do to support that man?
Right.
And that is the problem with these modern day women. It is all I, me, take. You got to be careful who you give to, because takers don't know when to stop. I am tired. These people they're ruining this generation. It's literally ruining the generation.
Ruined.
Ladies, this is
not ruining. It's already ruined. It's gone.
I want to grab her, give her a hug, and you come with me.
Listen, I actually want to grab her and put her in a field and plant her so we can actually grow some more of her, because we need to clone her.
Oh man, she's wonderful, man.
So we're going to see this lady's opinion. She's married, and how she how she takes care of the household bills.
Married woman, how do you handle the bills in your household?
So I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. So I don't make that much, but my husband makes more than me. He works in IT for the Department of Energy, and so he takes care of a lot of it. But I do believe that the women should, if they work, they should contribute too. So I also contribute.
God forbid he lost his job. Would you be willing to take care of everything?
Oh yeah, I've done it already. Well, he didn't like his job, and I encouraged him to leave his job. And I told him, we got it. Like, we're good. Like, let's do it. He found a job shortly after, but it wasn't that hard. I'd do it for him again. He's a king.
Well, why even push him out of his comfort zone? I mean, do you think most women would encourage their men to quit their jobs if they were unhappy?
They should. I mean, if your mental health is being damaged, you should leave a toxic place, because why would I want my husband to be sad and miserable, you know?
As a married,
I love her.
But see, she is what's called a pick-me with a lot of women, because a lot of women are very angry watching this right here, because she was like, you know what? The guy, if he's an IT, she's a teacher, she's making somewhere between 30 and 50, right? And the guy in IT is making 100 to 250, depends on what his level. And he works, sounds like a good company. So somewhere between 100 and 250, most like I'm just assuming. So he's making 2-3 times the amount, and she still is willing to contribute. And it's like, hey, I hate my job. You know what? Don't worry about it. You'll find another one. Go ahead and handle this, because she is smart enough to realize that if he's miserable at work, that's going to come home and it's going to bring a strain. So she's like, you know what? I'm already working anyway, so I got it. Do something better. And so she reaps the long-term rewards of a short-term sacrifice or service.
That's why she's married.
Well, that's why she's probably going to stay married.
Yeah. That's the type of marriage I was talking about earlier. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that is so few and far between. But yeah.
That's called the behavior that I'm looking for. Right?
Yeah.
Behavior.
That's called needle and haystack.
That's right.
All right. Last video of the night. This is going to be triggering for you.
Oh, Lord. Let's go. Let's go, Joel. Let's handle it. Let's handle it like a champ. Let's go.
You know it's bad when you got to talk to yourself.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a stay-at-home dad. In our household, the women are the breadwinners. That's the way we run things here. That's the way we like it to be structured.
Nick is a trophy husband, if you will. We prefer it that way, honestly. Like I would go crazy if I was at the house all the time. And I pride myself on being a breadwinner, and Jenny's right there with me. I am a manager at an organization company. Jen is management in an IT company. Jen and I make more than enough money by ourselves. We don't need that. We don't want that.
Let me just say this right quick. If you look at a chessboard, the king doesn't really move much because he just moves a square at a time. Meanwhile, the queen, she's all over the board, okay? The queen's got all the power. The king just kind of holds court. I am...
Please proceed. I would love to hear your commentary on that clip.
What? First of all, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do that, but the fact that he has 2 of them,
and why they look the same,
and the fact that they're working looks kind of like a pimp kind of situation, but you know.
Yeah, this guy, he said, I just take care of the house. They said he's the prize, he's the king, he's the what they call him, a fantasy or something. I don't know. But
well, I'm gonna tell you, no homo, he might probably have the magical thing for that to be happening, because
the magic stick.
Yeah, the magic stick, because for that to work out,
wife 1.
Yes.
And let's see, hold on, we go wife 1, boss babe, and then let's see, wife number 2 and wife number 2.
I mean, although, you know,
if I am a betting man, but if there was a place in Vegas I can go put some money on this, he ain't on when they're at work, he brings some other work to the house.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it. And they might know about it.
I call him, he's one of those I gotta find a definition.
Gigolo. Gigolo.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Hey, Morris Day said it back in the 80s. Gigolos get lonely too.
I love that song.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
I love that song.
Bro, I'm watching this like, is this it? You know, we live in a clown world. I mean, we live in an absolute clown world. There are clown activities, but you know, this channel responsibility is to highlight, you know, clown behavior and also give appreciation for, you know, those, because social media is not all bad. So we see a variety of different clips. We see clips that are, you know, not the smartest takes, and then we also have people that are actually trying to help. So that's you know, the good and the bad of social media. And we on this channel, we react to both. We are equal opportunists. Any final words for this live, because we are coming to the end of our segment. Any final words for this week's live?
I would say, you know, hopefully this video, there was a few videos that magnified what to look for in a woman, a great exemplar, what to look for a woman. And I hope you dudes that are watching learn from these women that I was referring to, because a lot of y'all pick women because of a feeling. Literally.
Somebody got to be the logical person in a relationship.
And most dudes are not.
Women are supposed to be emotional. Like two emotional people, it's like you're almost in a same-sex relationship. If you got two emotional people.
Guys, stop, tell baby my problems is over.
I'm gonna vent to my girl. Okay, good luck.
Said good luck.
So next week, for next Wednesday's live, we're gonna do a special Valentine's Day edition, because Valentine's Day, for people that celebrate that, which I'm not one of them, is next Friday? I think it's next Friday, because today is the 5th.
Yeah, I'm going out of town the 14th. Yeah, I'm going out of town.
Okay, yeah. Going on a love date.
Nah, my little sister's
I know, but it was fun to say.
Yeah, you just gotta throw that in there.
That was just a troll, right? That was a troll moment. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have a special lovers edition of the D-Lens Reacts Wednesday night show. And so I plan on having some very triggering thoughts and conversations on next Wednesday night. So if you watch this video, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that like. Whether you are on my channel, subscribe to Jaded Professor. And if you are on Jaded Professor, subscribe to D-Lens Reacts, because we work in tandem over here. And I really appreciate everyone watching. And I have put up some new videos. I put out 2 videos every week. So go through my catalog now that you've reached the end of this live, and watch a video or 2 or 3 or 4. I really appreciate the support on the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.